This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
Welcome to the Nathan, Nat and Sean Catch-Up podcast. And I know that you're here for the highlights and to discover what we did on the show today, but also, more importantly, you're here for the Flyaway Fridays code word.
Yes.
And this week it is...
Water Bomb Park.
Oh, Sean, you would have done some fine work there in your time.
Mate, the last time, honestly, the last time I was there was a while ago. I've been taking the kids. I was taking the kids there like 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
And one time I was there with a friend of ours, Helen, who was in our news route. Her
Yes,
son,
way
Ben.
back when, yes.
Yeah. I was sitting down at the bottom of this slide, and it was one that you sit in and it drops. It's like a free fall.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to Ben, young Ben, and I was like, mate, there's no way I want to do that. And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't go up there for quids. Anyway, at that stage, I was looking up, and my two young sons, who weren't up to the mark, because there's a marker that says 135
Too
short
centimetres,
for it.
they're way under.
Yeah.
You see them step into this tube and just fly down it.
Plummet to the
And
water.
now I said to Ben, now we're cooked. We've got to go and do it because...
Yeah, they've already shown
and
you up.
We trotted up to the top.
Were
Walked
you
all the way to the
scared?
top. Absolutely I was.
Did you survive?
I'd survive. Do you reckon you get worse when you get older to do those things?
Of course you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Because-
motivated if your kid can do something, you can't as well.
The thing is, as you get older, your risk assessment gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Marginally in your case, but when you're young, you're not looking around going, oh, this might be dangerous. You're looking around going, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Mentality.
I
Anyway,
know.
Water Bomb Park.
Yep,
Exactly.
That's code word for that's you need it Friday. You could win a trip to Bali. We spoke about a lot today. Bogus qualifications. Sean, you had a ripper of a story for that.
Yeah, my mate got stitched up with doing his paddy diver's licence. You'll hear that story.
Plus, when you wore the wrong shoes, inspired by the powers that be in Tasmania having to tell people not to go hiking in their Ugg boots.
I love that story.
So
That is
funny,
so
isn't it?
cool.
So funny. We
Matthew
hear-
Pavlich joins us as well, Natalie.
Yes, he does, Sean. We talked, there's a fair bit of sport to cover off, actually.
Yeah. Also, there's someone else we spoke to this morning.
Celia Pacquola joined us ahead of her stint on Have You Been Paying Attention? But really, we just spoke about Dancing with the Stars and then how she could have been massive if only she was better.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean. On Nova 937.
It's 6:05, Nathan, Nat and Sean. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
He just walked
Good to
in
be
the
here.
door. I'll just say, how good?
Sauntered in. Yeah.
How good's the start of the show without Sean? It's not as good, Sean. So thank you.
I think it happens every day. Are you used to it by now, Ross?
All you have to do is walk 1 metre from the newsroom here. What were you doing?
Well, the US Open Golf place been suspended, so I was just talking to T about changing the channel so we can make sure we're updated for all the viewers out there.
Yeah, it took
viewers, the listeners. I think on TV.
They can view us on the socials.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Happy
Anyway,
Monday.
Adam Scott's in the mix, so I just want to
Oh,
keep us
okay,
across.
great.
Great.
Sorry about that.
No, don't apologise.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
On the weekend, I took my son Ollie and Archer, 5 and 2-year-old, to their very first AFL football game at Optus Stadium.
Now, Ross, that was Saturday night. Were you worried about the briskness of the air temperature that night?
Yeah, we dressed warm. And there was a possibility of rain, but the tickets we got, we were fourth row from the very, very back. So,
Oh, amazing.
so we were really high up.
Nosebleed section.
Yeah. And so I didn't know how Ollie would go because he either, he gets like, I don't like this, I don't want to do this. But in the lead up, he's a docker.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said to me on the way in, when I grow up, I want to be a docker.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Okay.
So that was very
unfortunately, he inherited his dad's footballing ability.
the bench, being on the bench,
Yep,
footballing
sure.
ability, yes.
Super sub.
That's really nice, Ross.
So we went and I recorded a bit of it, and we got a lot of this throughout the game. So got into it. He
No, that's right.
Sit next to my dad, who he almost had his own personal commentator because Dad's been a Dockers member since they started, and
Yeah.
he would explain everything as it went. Right at the start of it, I think it was 2 behinds to nothing. He was getting into that.
They got 2 points and I got 0
Did he go the distance? Because
Yeah.
that's early on, obviously. How was he by the end of the fourth quarter?
Well, we left shortly after, a little bit after this, and this is when Dockers got their first goal. This is his reaction.
Keep it on.
He's going to be in the cheer squad next week. He's fully committed.
He got into it. I did have to edit out my wife a bit in this audio because she had a couple of champers and she was yelling at the Dockers a lot. But we stayed to halftime because we didn't want to go till it was too late for the kids to, get upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, he loved it. He loved it, and then he ended up getting saturated in the rain on the way back.
Yeah.
And it was
living
really
his best life.
Really
That's
nice.
pretty much what Sean's like at a Dockers game too, by the way.
My wife said to me during the game, Ross, because we were just sitting there, she goes, "Oh, this game's over. Can we get going before the end, just so we can get the car park and that?" And I said, "Oh, okay, we'll see how it goes." Next thing you know, North Melbourne struck back. We couldn't leave.
Well, they got 5 goals in a short amount of time, didn't they?
They made you nervous for a second.
So,
It was a good finish, right?
Yeah, it was a great finish for North Melbourne supporters and Freo supporters because we won, so who cares?
It was a close one, so we left at half-time. But, big tick there. And I did see the headline after. They just kicked it. It was a really close game, which I would have loved to stay at, but, yeah.
Oh, they had a good time, mate. That's awesome.
We did not. But, this...
It's very passionate supporter.
Are you okay with that chant?
No.
Nat?
Dockers.
Too bad.
Gets annoying after a while, doesn't it?
Even for me, it does.
Eagle supporters haven't heard it for a while.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time to catch up with Celia Pacquola, who is doing a guest spot on Have You Been Paying Attention?
Awesome.
Tonight. She is, of course, a comedian, an actress,
a mother,
a writer, a mother.
Well done.
And she once won Dancing with the Stars, so she can do it all. Good morning, Celia.
Good morning. Thank you for bringing that up. Not enough people are talking about the fact that I won Dancing with the Stars.
That's a good point.
That's
a good
2020.
point.
And look, the 10 people who watched it really enjoyed it back then. I feel like...
No, it was COVID. Everybody was watching it. Nobody had anything else to do, Celia.
It was.
And Celia, I reckon we spoke to you around that time for doing it as well.
Yeah.
How fit were you at the time? And by the way, have you kept it up?
Absolutely not. I was an athlete. I was an absolute... My body completely changed. I was a dancer. It turns out doing cardio for 8 hours a day actually does something to your body. But then, brutal. So I bought all of these incredible outfits. I'm like, bikini, ready, let's go, get out there. And then COVID. And I sat on the couch for 2 years in Melbourne and just stacked it straight back on.
And got pregnant in there too, as well.
And then got pregnant and then had a baby. So unfortunately, I've got a cupboard full of clothes that I'll never fit back into, but I keep them because just in case, you know?
You never know.
It's ridiculous that we do that. You ever keep clothes that are too small for you? Because you're just like, one day, maybe, like I've got stuff in my wardrobe that I'd have to lose a couple of ribs and an arm to get back into. But I keep them just in case.
This is every woman ever.
Yeah.
Keeps at least one complete outfit that they will never wear.
I've got to catch up on the new series that's just started last night, I think, and my friend Felicity Ward is in there and Sean McCullough. So I'm very excited to check out the new Dancing with the Stars. And judge them from my couch.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Well, I could have done that.
Yeah, well, you did do it. This is the thing.
know, you're a winner.
You're, of anybody to comment, you're the one. You're fully qualified.
Celia, I was looking at some stuff about you online. Firstly, I love you in Utopia. I watched that cover to cover.
Oh, yeah, cracking show.
Thank you.
There's a headline that I just wanted you to explain. It said, Celia visited a goat doof in Tasmania.
Oh, I sure did.
Can you explain that?
Of course I do. Oh, well, I mean, I kind of don't want to, just to leave it in the air, just to leave that to people's brains. But I will. Basically, the lovely people at, Tourism Tasmania said, hey, they're doing this campaign which is trying to just inform people about how great Tasmania is at winter.
Sure.
Because, a lot of people don't like winter, but Tassie in winter, they just have a lot of great fun things to do. And regardless, everything in Tasmania is beautiful or delicious. So I'm like, yes, please. So they sent me down there to do a bunch of activities that are real people can go and do. And the goat doof was no shit. It was these people in their family home at the back of their house. You can take a bunch of friends, drink wine, listen to a DJ and party with baby goats. I'm like, yeah. So it was me in a paddock drinking a glass of wine and a DJ decks just doofing out with a bunch of baby goats.
What do the goats do?
And, the goats do normal stuff that you do at a music festival, pee on the grass. And,
they're going right off,
and
Ross.
roll around in some mud,
Do they? What's the setup like? Is it, like plastic chairs around a
fire pit?
And they bring out, and this is the thing, in Tassie, it's the most beautiful food. They bring out these incredible, handmade cheeses and crackers and wine and food and all this stuff. And then there's DJ decks with vinyl. So the guy, I've forgotten his name, I'm a terrible person, has all of these, whatever type of music you're into, and you get to spin some wheels. What do you
Vinyl.
call
Yeah.
them? Records?
Yes.
Wheels.
Yeah.
In front of all of these baby goats, and you can go in and you can dance with them and pat the goats
Yes.
and meet the goats, and it's just their house. Like, it's really fun. So that was one of them, and then another one. These are the experiences that you can do. I went and hung out with some Tassie devils.
Nice.
I keep wanting to say tigers, so Tassie devils, and another one I went mountain bike riding, which I was like, I'm
Athlete.
going to injure myself terribly.
Definitely collarbone.
No, but in the mountains. So yeah, it was a really fun experience. And the thing is, as a toddler mum, my life is organising activities for my 2-year-old. So it was so refreshing to someone go, hey, do you want to come and do an act? Can I organise an activity for you to just turn up and do? And I'm like, yes, please.
Just
That
quickly,
is so good.
The DJ at the Goat Doof Doof was DJ Brad, a man, a myth, a farmer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, see?
Man, a myth.
Take that, David Guetta.
I'll be doing collabs everywhere. Oh, that is so cool.
Hey, Celia, last night Facebook served something up to me that was you telling the world about how you could have had a major role on Bluey.
I know what this is going to be. I forgot that this story has broken.
I know, and we just spoke to Miff Warhurst last week, of course, because she plays Aunt Trixie.
Oh,
yeah. And you could be the biggest thing
I
in the
don't think
world.
she knows. Yeah,
This is amazing story.
Look, you've got it. My new stand-up special from last year is available on ABC iView right now if you want the full show. I'm not going to do the whole bit.
No.
But the story is, it's taken me a long time to be okay. So in 2017, before Bluey existed, all right, before it was a thing, we all know it now because it's the biggest show in the world, but before it was a thing, they went, Celia, there's this show that we're trying to make and we would like to offer you the role of Chili, the mum, in Bluey.
That's huge.
And you're all thinking, how could you turn that down? So how could you be just seeing, the billboards and the parades, and you just kick yourself in the face and the bum every single second of every day that you turn down the biggest job in the world. And it gets worse because I didn't turn it down. I said, yes, please, I'd love that. And I recorded a whole episode, and then I got fired.
They said, oh no, what a terrible Chili.
It's not going to work.
It's huge. So it was 2017. I was only okay telling people last year is when I came out with it.
Yeah.
Because I realised, because obviously it's almost treason in this country to say anything against Bluey, because it's not against Bluey. It's completely, I come off terribly. I was so bad. I was offered something and then they went, actually.
Yeah, but you could have read it again. Oh, give us another go.
Yeah.
No,
Or do something.
there was no hope.
No, and then it's just like, it's everywhere. It's like, and because this was in the bit as well, because I'm a bit obsessed with Melanie Zanetti now, who is a national treasure and this wonderful person, because it's the path not taken,
Yes.
And it's just, I'm torturing myself. It's like watching videos of your ex's new girlfriends talking about how happy they are,
Yeah.
And I can't escape it. You can't escape Bluey. It is the biggest show in the world. And just every time I see a toddler with a backpack or another jumper or another movie coming out or whatever, it's just like,
Yeah.
But you know what? I won Dancing with the Stars in 2020.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Celia,
laughing
I
now.
reckon we were speaking. I reckon it was David Wenham, maybe that we spoke to.
Oh,
and
well, I love David Wenham.
Yeah, he's so great.
Was
but
he almost in Bluey?
no, he was. I think he had the role in Game of Thrones.
Oh, he couldn't tell us what it was.
But it was. We were.
Yes, we figured it out.
Figured it out.
Yes, and it was, he had to turn it down for visa reasons or something. They couldn't get a visa fast enough. Yeah.
And he wasn't too well at the time. He was like, oh yeah, I think this will be all right and whatever. But whatever.
And
I
then
didn't get the
watching
chance
it
to do
blow
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm obsessed with these stories. I absolutely love them.
There's no
Everyone
Game of
talks
Thrones
about,
lunchboxes, are there?
Matt Damon? No. Well, this is the thing. Bluey's bigger. It's 20 times bigger than Game of Thrones. That's how big it is.
Game of what?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think Matt Damon or something turned down 10% in Avatar or something.
They're good, aren't they? They're good stories.
Yeah.
That's the way I
So you're in good company, is what we're telling you.
Yeah.
And you gave it a shot. They didn't want that.
But the thing is, as a comedian, it's actually better for me because my job as a comedian is easier if my life is terrible.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? You don't want. It's not funny to hear me go, guys, I have the greatest job and the biggest job in the world.
Yeah.
I'm the most famous. Everything is
That's
great.
true.
So it's not funny that I got a job that I really wanted. It's funny that I was shit at something that ended up being the biggest thing in the world. So swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
And then went on to win Dancing with the Stars. So,
That's right. Yes.
we love your work. Can't wait to see you on Have You Been Paying Attention tonight.
Oh, huge show tonight. Denise Scott is back, which is huge
nice.
news. She's
Great.
been away for 2 years, and she's so funny. So
We love her, and you are very good on this show as well.
thanks,
Every
Erica.
time, yeah, you never fail. 8:40 tonight, everybody, after MasterChef on Channel 10 and 10 Play. Celia Pacquola, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Cindy from Waikiki, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Cindy, how
red
is
hot.
Hawaii this time of years?
It's fabulous, as always.
No, it's a good spot, Waikiki.
It is.
Right
Living
on the beach
dream.
down
Yep,
there.
Beautiful spot. Well done.
Great spot, yes.
Have you been
We
to-
don't like to tell too many people about it.
I know, but a lot of people cotton on these days.
It's our secret, Cindy. We won't tell anyone. Hey, have you been to Vegas before, Cindy?
Never.
Oh,
You won't like it.
well, you're in the running. The beaches are terrible. to be
Oh,
fair.
horrendous.
You're in the running to head to Vegas to see the wonderful Teddy Swims, but also spend 4 nights in Vegas just living it up like like you're a superstar, and this is what you do all the time.
Oh, my God, it would be an amazing dream.
Planet Hollywood
Fabulous.
is where you're staying. There's restaurants, there's nightclubs, there's
A
attractions.
buffet.
Tell her about the nightclub.
It's called Excess, all right? It's the #1 nightclub in Vegas. It's got I think it was a poolside gazebo or something like that. It's got all the fancy stuff. Would you want to go there, or you just like pieing that?
No, I would absolutely go there. I'd make my old body do it.
That's it,
the
Cindy.
level of commitment we're
Yes.
looking for,
Yeah.
Cindy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're officially in the running. Chrissy Swan will be calling you back on the 4th of July, so good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Good on you, Cindy.
Excited. Cheers.
I
on
know,
you,
great
Cindy.
work, Cindy.
Teddy Swims' album, I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 is out now, featuring global smash hits Bad Dreams, Guilty, and Are You Even Real?
Cool bananas.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Experience the thrill of the wait with a $40 million jackpot from Keno Go every 3 minutes. Nathan, Nat and Sean's 3-minute thrill with Keno Go.
All right, so we are giving you the chance to experience the thrill of the wait thanks to Keno Go. All week, a few minutes ago, we put the call out for Addison Ames of postcode 6025.
Hopefully that she was ready and waiting to give us a call to win herself $1,000.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, guys. This is Addison Ames.
Addison!
Yes.
You've only
I
gone
knew
and
my
done
name.
it. Well done. $1,000 cash is all yours.
Oh, my God, that's fantastic. I had to borrow my friend's phone very quickly because I was, sorry. I won't explain where I was doing, but anyway.
Addison, I actually would like that, but you moved quickly. 50.54 seconds.
Yeah,
you brought us
well
back
done.
in. Easy got
my
the $1,000 bucks. So you're listening. What were you doing while you're listening?
Oh, it's I think it's more along the lines of what you have been talking about lately. Ross.
Yes, Ross is big on this, and I've got a story for Ross later on.
So why were you doing that with your friend's phone, though?
No. I was doing that, and then I quickly had to run out of the toilets, and then whose phone can I quickly grab because I'm not near my desk.
Hey, Addison,
so-
everybody poops. It's okay. Everybody
I
poops.
know.
No, it's only Ross
But
in
we
this
don't all
team.
talk about it.
No, you don't.
Okay, all right.
Hang on, Addie.
Just gave you $1,000 bucks.
Well
Yeah,
done.
Addison, you already started work.
Yeah.
Yes, yep, 6 o'clock.
Do you? What do you do?
I work for, I can only just say I can work
Yes.
for a government body.
Okay,
so,
yeah,
And we kick off at 6 a.m. That's awesome.
Yes, it's good because then I can finish early, which I love.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Now, tell us why you wanted to win $1,000.
Well, it's not, it's not the greatest reason, but my sister was getting married, and then about a month ago, this happened now, 2 weeks before her wedding, she got a text from her fiancé to say that the wedding would not be going ahead.
What?
He was actually seeing somebody else.
So
what
he
I
broke off the wedding. He cancelled the wedding by text.
Via a text, and also put into the text that he was seeing somebody else. I mean, you can't just say, sorry, I don't want to marry
No.
you anymore.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to add in the insult as well. So I want to hold a burn the wedding dress party.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is a great
Great
use of
idea.
$1,000, Addison.
Yes.
And tell your
Yes, I
sister she
think-
dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Oh,
if
I
he's
think
prepared
so.
to do
I
that,
think
that's
so,
just a nightmare.
You've already got someone on
Yes,
the go.
what are you doing?
And you're a great sister,
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
way.
Yes, you're a good sister.
Thank you very much, Ross.
Yeah, I hope
Thank
she's
you.
got heaps of support.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, she does, yeah.
congratulations, Addie. You enjoy that party. Burn that dress
Thank
to
you.
smithereens. Great work.
Thank you very much, guys.
All
Lovely.
right.
Have a great day.
The 3-minute drill is back again tomorrow. To get involved, you just have to register online or via the Nova Play and then be listening tomorrow to see if we call out your name and suburb, because then you will have exactly 3 minutes to call us back and claim your cash.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Saw a story last night from the Hobart Mercury newspaper.
Yep.
They posted on Facebook, but they have a paywall, so I couldn't read the story. So I went to the comments to find out what the story was.
So you have to decipher the story via...
Yes,
well
through
done.
the comments. That's right. This is my dedication,
paywalls.
because this is the headline. Popular footwear, the cause behind numerous mountain rescues.
Numerous.
Numerous. And I'm like, what could the footwear be?
Okay.
Now, they're talking about Mount Wellington, which is that big mountain that looms over the top of Hobart.
Yes.
And
The wrong hiking boots or something like that, some sort of footwear.
they are wearing Ugg boots with no traction. They get mud on it and then they twist an ankle and have to be rescued, and they have seen it numerous times over the last few years. People going hiking up a mountain in Ugg boots.
Can I ask a quick question? Yeah, I don't know if you got the info from the comments. Ugg boots, are we talking those like soft furry ones?
Yeah,
Ugg
Ugg
boots.
boots. What do you think an Ugg boot is?
I thought like you meant, when you told this earlier, I thought you meant Wellington boots.
No, Mount Wellington.
What are they doing?
Mount Wellington
Okay,
in
now,
Ugg boots.
Only half
Ugg
listen when you talk.
boots. Well, of course,
That
if you're
is-
going to climb a mountain, you're going, I want to keep the feet warm.
Yeah, because it's cold. Tasmania's cold.
If that shoe gets wet, instantly it's uncomfortable. And
Yeah, also they've got no grip.
what are they
They're
doing?
pretty much Ugg boots. Controversial take. Shouldn't be worn outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just for a short walk, like you did driveway walk.
Yeah.
Can you wear them for the shops? Because a lot of people are doing them these days.
A lot of people do, but I don't think it's right.
I think the short ones, if they're long Ugg boots that go, halfway up the
Your
knee,
knee highs.
they're home only.
We can wax lyrical about whether you wear them to shops. Maybe you can wear them to the football on Saturday night.
You can't wear them up a mountain.
You can't now.
Yeah, yeah.
You
No.
can't.
You can't wear them
It's
up
the
a
wrong
mountain.
equipment.
Yeah, we want to talk about the wrong shoes. It's very shoe specific, I know. But if you're wearing the wrong shoes for the occasion, it can be very problematic.
Now, this has happened to you before.
Yes, because when I was about 15, my cousins and I were down, they came down to Esperance to stay for those school holidays. And my uncle and auntie said they knew somebody who was camping at Lucky Bay.
Yep.
And they said, we're going to go to Lucky Bay. And we said, can we hike the hiking trail from Rossiter was the next bay along? And they went, yeah, no worries, dropped us off there. It's a 3-hour hike. I was wearing thongs. We had no water, no food. I'm in thongs. I blew out the thong about 10, 15 minutes in and stubbed my toe because I tripped on something because they're not hiking appropriate. Had to stumble the whole way. Bleeding toe in a double plugger that wasn't plugging.
Sounds fun.
What sort of parent just let us do that?
Oh,
With
I love it.
snakes
I
and
love
everything.
it. Yeah,
Crazy.
that was parenting in our day.
That's what's known as the wrong shoes.
Teaches you responsibility. You're not going to do that again, are you?
No.
No double pluggers in.
No.
Yeah, my story's about flippers, Nat.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shoes of the ocean.
There's
Shoes of
footwear.
the ocean. Yeah. So we were a diving family, snorkeling all the time in the summer, and I never had everything was hand-me-downs or
course.
leftovers or whatever the case is. One time, after doing the paper round, I was able to buy myself a new pair of flippers.
Amazing.
So we were diving out the back of Garden Island, and I was having a lot of problems with these flippers on
They
my
were
feet.
brand new. They were good to
killing
go.
me, absolutely killing me. And I remember my uncle John, he came up to me and goes, just take them off, mate, because he could see that I was in
You're
a lot of
embarrassing
pain.
yourself.
Yeah. And he grabbed the flipper off me to have a look. And unbeknownst to me, the part that was in the flipper that now I know keeps the
Sand?
keeps it in place. It was
Yes.
a plastic, I would say like a cheese grater mold that just keeps it.
So like
so
when
it
you
doesn't.
first buy them and it keeps
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
you
sorry.
have to pull it out.
Yeah.
And you'd left it in there.
And I
Just
left it in because I
spray
never had flippers before. I don't know
Yeah.
what this thing was. And all it did was
Cheese.
take chunks out of my feet. I couldn't play footy for a week.
Cheese grated your foot.
Yeah. And I had to play sneakers and after that.
That's the wrong.
So not so much the wrong shoes, just you're
Just an idiot.
Yeah.
Do you pay that?
You're our idiot.
Josh, yeah, that's right. Josh is in Alkmaar. Morning, Josh.
Good morning, how are we?
Hey,
Good,
mate.
buddy. When did you wear the wrong shoes, mate?
Oh, this was about 15 years ago. I went to a wedding and bought brand new shoes for it. Didn't take them out of the box until 30 minutes before I had to go.
Oh.
Opened the box up and they're both left foot shoes.
Oh, Josh.
So what did you wear them?
What'd you do?
So for some reason, when I was young, I thought I was really cool with all the outfits I was wearing. But the shoes I used to wear were these like bright red Asics like all the time.
Yep.
Yes.
So I had to wear these bright red Asics to this wedding.
Looking like an Eshe.
I probably started the trend back then.
Yeah, you did.
Josh, you chose to do that over just borrowing like your groomsman shoes, and one of them could cop it.
Oh, to be fully honest, I think I was like 14 at the time. I just stressed out and thought, no, I can wear these. I'll pull them off, and I did not pull them off.
Good to know. It's a bad idea. That's one wrong shoe anyway.
That's wrong shoe.
Yeah, brutal. Thanks, Josh. Courtney's in Canning Vale. Hello.
Hello, how you guys going?
Good,
Courts. When were you wearing the wrong shoes?
So I was on my honeymoon. It was during COVID time, so we only had to go down south. But we climbed up the Gloucester tree.
Yes.
And I remember there was like metal rods. So I took my rings off. Didn't want to get them scratched.
Yeah.
But then I wore like flip-flops.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started, I was like, no, this is the wrong idea. But I committed, so
Yes.
climbed all the way up, all the way down. My feet were wrecked by the end of it.
Because it put a lot of small part of your foot.
You need a sturdy sole to climb the Gloucester tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Connie,
thing about
thumbs aren't gonna work.
once you make a good point, Connie, because once you start, you can't. It's like one direction, really, isn't it? You can't really turn around, can you?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's not good on your feet.
Yeah. Don't climb the Gloucester tree in thongs. We're learning lessons today. Lindsay, hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Hi, Lindsay.
Morning.
Talk to us about wearing the wrong shoes. What happened?
I had a bit of a disaster because we came in after a heavy night of drinking and we decided we'd go for a walk with the dog. Of course, I didn't change my shoes. I had quite a wedge heel on. And I slipped on a very large honky nut. Ended up inserting my ankle, tore the meniscus in my knee, fell on my face, and ended up with a lovely face of wounds and, a fairly bad injury to my knee. So it was a really bad idea. Of course, I didn't feel it at the time because I'd had a fair bit of alcohol. So.
Lindsay, do you blame the drinking, the wedge shoes, or the honky nut mostly?
The dog.
Or the dog?
I reckon it was definitely the honky nut.
Yeah, it's bloody honky nuts.
Bloody honky nuts. They'll get you.
Place.
Now, you ever walk Lewis with a wedge?
No.
It's not quite the right
No,
attire, is it?
I always do just, like I have before gotten home from somewhere, like an event or whatever, and I've had to walk in because he gets an evening walk.
Yep.
And I have changed out of the shoes I'm wearing into something more appropriate for walking the dog, but left the outfit on. So
He's crushing it.
Yeah.
The dog park.
And put like a puffer jacket over the top of a ball dress.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Caught up with a couple of friends on Friday night. One of them had been over to Melbourne last weekend, King's birthday long weekend.
Over there. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Sure,
they
right.
went to the Big Freeze at the G because it was something they wanted to tick off.
Yes.
I was regaling them with my stories about Neil Danaher, who I spent a lot of time with over the journey. And one of the stories I was telling them was the fact that I have done my scuba diving licence with Neil Danaher.
Yeah, right.
So
this was a thing that AFL paid for it, did they?
Yeah, we got the AFL to pay for it. It was an absolute stitch up. It was bloody well done by our friend Tony Solon, who worked at the footy club at the time. He did a great job. We all did it together.
Yep.
Jared Neesham was one of them. Bomber Riley is another coach, and some other teammates. Anyway, we were out there and we're diving around Rotto, we're doing all that kind of stuff, and I was telling them how we got to the test part of the qualification, which is the last part.
So a written test?
Written test, and we were pretty much cheating.
Pretty much. I love it. Pretty much cheating. No, you were cheating.
Anyway, we all passed.
So who did you cheat off? Who was the smart one?
Well, Jared Neesham was the one, because when he had a problem with the question, and I was sitting right near him, and he was our coach at the time, and he pretty much what he did is he coached the answer out of the person who was supervising us.
Oh, okay.
And then I would just he would fudge his paper towards me just in case I had any issues.
That's probably not
great teamwork.
The test you want to cheat in though, when it's life and death.
No, we understand under the water you do all those hand signs and all the rest of it.
Oh, you'll be fine. You got a hand sign underwater. No problem.
Cheaters never prosper. I mean,
that's right. But so my friend Paul, he, unbeknownst to me, he said, "Yeah, I've done my diver's license." Yes. Him and his wife Lisa went to do the same thing, and they spent the time diving off the back of Rotto.
Yeah,
which is great news. So after he did that and he's passed his qualifications, he paid $500 to the instructor to take him out in the boat, and they did it. And there was 5 people who did that particular day.
Did he cheat as well, or he did it
he did it all. No, legitimately.
Interesting.
No problem at all. Afterwards, as you do, you get like a bit of a license that says Paddy Divers
It's like a
driver's
little
license.
card, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and
You put in
it
your
has a
wallet.
number on it. Yeah, absolutely. So Paul went along to a diving outlet where he was getting some gas bottles filled to be able to go diving again. So he walked in there, and to do that, you need to show your paddy diver's license.
Yeah.
So he handed it over, and the guy said, "What's this?" And he said, "I'm a diver's license. Here's my number on it." He goes, "That's not real." That's
So this guy was just running a scam course, basically.
the guy. Yeah, he was
And
dealing
pocketing the
with
$500 and saying,
$500.
you're qualified. Here you go. Here's something that I've printed out on my...
Yes,
That's a lot of effort.
5 computers.
The other guys.
Sorry,
well.
5 people that were on board.
Yeah.
Yes.
5 fake diver's license that the guy handed out, and you can't do that.
And if you've never seen one before, you're not going to know if it's real or not.
No, you're not.
And why you wouldn't be expecting someone to be giving you a bogus license? Did he call him out, or what happened after that?
Yeah, they tried to chase the guy down. Absolutely, I don't think they definitely didn't get any
He
money
just
back.
swam away.
That's right. Turns out it was Aquaman. No, I don't know. But I don't know if they got online and put something up to say, hey,
Yes,
don't use
watch out for this guy,
And,
yeah.
just put a comment there to make sure.
Yeah.
But they got done. Bogus qualification that they paid for. It's not even real.
That is a hectic
The thing is that they didn't cheat on their test, so technically they should be more qualified than you. But
Most definitely. Most
actually, you're the one with the qualification.
Yeah, I know both. I'm that person.
I know boats. That was
so
rad, wasn't it?
That's so brazen.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you go into all that effort.
Yeah.
And shocking to be able to present that to somebody and said,
Here
no
you go,
way, mate.
Thanks for the $500.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about bogus qualifications. Either it was like that, you signed up for a course and then you found out that it wasn't real, or perhaps somebody has said, no, I'm qualified, and then you realise that their qualifications were not the real deal.
No, not at all.
Scott's in Chittering. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, Scotty.
Foggy morning.
Yeah, I
attitude,
know, a
Scotty.
little foggy. So who got the bogus qualification? What happened?
That was myself. So I ended up having a 250cc bike license.
You're being
Yes.
chased by the cops.
Cops on to you now, Scotty.
Yeah. Yeah, there's too foggy. I can't even see them. So yeah, I had a 250cc license, and I met this guy. If you paid him $500, he'll give you your open class license.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
could ride any bike.
Yep.
So I went to his house, paid him the money. A week later, I ended up getting my open class license. So he was working for the transport people, but probably like a month down the track, I had a phone call. I had a knock on the door from the police, and they ended up taking my license off me, and then he went to jail.
That's hectic. Well, that sounds like a blatant bribe, because he didn't teach you anything, right?
No, he just said, I'll upgrade it.
Oh,
Yeah.
upgrading.
So you had access to the system that could issue the license.
Scotty, what was the cost?
$500, and then I had to reset the test again, but they let me do the test again for free. But I passed, so it was a win anyway.
Yeah, so you're legit now, right?
Legit now, but wasn't before.
Hey, I wonder how much he got. Like, he must have been doing that for a little while
Yes.
for them to be able to
That's
catch
right.
him out. So
Yes.
he would have.
There's no way Scott was the first.
No. God, he would have pocketed some coin.
He's in
And
jail
that's
now,
why he's
though.
in jail, Sean. It's not worth it. It's not
Don't
worth
do
it,
it.
I was
Sean.
looking at the positives. you always pessimistic.
I know, that's super dodgy. Thanks, Scott. Lynn's in Success. Hello.
Oh, hi. How you going, guys?
Great, Lynn. Who had the bogus qualification, Lynn?
Well, my daughter did, and what it was is she worked at a department store after school and on the weekends, and she got sick of doing Thursday nights. So she said, Mum, the next couple of Thursday nights I want to go out with my mates. Can you make up a story for me? I said, right, well, tell them you're doing a cosmetics course, a cosmetician thing,
Yep.
and you've got exams. So so she did that, and she got out of 2 weeks' work, and then the boss said, oh, can I have a look at your certificate? So she comes home and she says, Jesus, now we're in trouble, Mum. So anyway, I went and got some fancy paper, made up a beautiful certificate, took it in, and the boss said, oh, that's fantastic, Claire. Do you think you could do a makeover for me and do my nails on the weekend? And so she was so terrified. But then the boss got the sack because she was stealing. So luckily my daughter got out of having to prove that
she didn't have to fake herself.
There's a lot going on in this
the nails
story.
and stuff.
There's many levels of dodginess here.
Including-
First of all, Lynn, the fact you
very
are
lucky.
aiding and abetting your daughter to do the very wrong
no.
thing, to commit fraud.
Mum, what do I do?
I'm very
Cheat more?
bad.
I'll get the fancy paper. We'll make this work.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I did all her assignments when she was at school, so I mean, I was already there.
Oh, Lynn, you're invested.
Lynn, what are you teaching this child? Amazing.
I know.
You're a
Well,
great
she's a
mum.
big girl now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You're basically AI before AI was around.
Mum AI.
Oh, good on you. Thanks, Lynn. Marcus, hello.
Marcus.
Hey.
Hey, Marcus.
Marcus.
How are you going?
Yeah, good.
All right. Well, when we think dodgy qualifications, we do think you. What have you got for us?
Thanks for that. Well, I was actually legit at the time. That is back when I was in the police, and I wasn't working. I was actually it was a weekend, just driving home from somewhere, and this guy in a security car. He must have been watching too many cheap movies. But anyway, he put this orange light on the top of his car and indicated for me to pull over. And I'm waving at him, going, "Yep, no worries." And I kept going, and then he wound his window down. And he goes, "Please, I need you to pull over, sir." I went, "Oh, okay, well." That's interesting. You've got no right to do that, but I'll amuse this for a bit. So I pulled over, and I get out of the car, and he goes, "Come on, please step off the road," and very police-like. And I said, "Mate, what's going on?" He said, "You were going about 10 kilometres over the speed limit." And I said, "Oh, that's interesting." I said, "Can you show me how you read that?" And he goes, "Oh, I was just driving behind you the same speed." And I said, "Okay, well, that's fine." I said, "So what's happening here?" And he goes, "Well, mate, it's your lucky day today. I am going to let you off." And I said, "Well, unfortunately, it's your unlucky day." He said, "What do you mean?" And I showed him my badge. I said, "I'm a police officer, and you're under arrest for impersonating an officer."
Yes! Yes, Marcus.
Yes, it backfired. And, I called up a van. We had him arrested, processed him. He went to court, and it turned out I wasn't the only person that had happened to by this particular person. I won't mention the security company he worked for, but it was a bit of a power trip that sort of stopped real quick for him.
Oh, that's great. Ross, you were looking for one.
These fake cop stories are out there, and the orange light, what was he thinking?
Yeah, I know, come on.
I know. I mean, use your brain. At least let's make it blue.
Yeah.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Feel the fever this Suncorp Super Netball season and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now.
Now, West Coast Fever are taking on the Adelaide Thunderbirds this Friday at ROC Arena. The Fever are now equal top of the ladder because the Swifts got done again this week.
Absolutely. Be careful of the super shot, though, they reckon.
Yeah.
And that's going to be at the game in a box, including a pre-game hospitality, courtside drinks. We want you to join her.
Got our two callers about to go head-to-head. We've got a giant box in the studio. It's a dice. We're going to roll it. Each number has an allocated question. You answer it, you get a point. First to four wins. Same number comes up, it is the same question.
All right, we better meet our contestants. Andrea, hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Andrea, love a bit of netball?
I do.
That's a question mark on the end of that.
But not playing.
Watching, not playing.
That's okay. You won't have to play.
Okay.
On Friday night. So, yeah.
Unless you're a train-on player. We don't know, Andrea. But that is good news. You're up against Janine from Burragoon. Morning, Janine.
Good morning, team.
Bit of netball in your history, Janine?
Love my netball.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Did you ever play?
Yes, I play, and I actually coach netball at the moment as well, too, for an under-18s team.
Do you? Do you play at Fremantle?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you ever stop by for one of those hot dogs that they have at the end of the game there, Janine? Because they get me.
Oh, Sean, how good do they smell, my friend?
I know, you're coaching, you can't concentrate.
They know their target audience, don't they? It's like hungry dads.
Yeah, but you also can get a hot soup on Saturday morning there.
Oh, you love soup as well.
You know you like.
Yeah, I've seen you down there, Sean. I've seen you down there, my friend, watching your daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, just giving advice as I commonly do.
Yeah, he tried to give advice to Sunday Ariang about how she should play defence. It's like, she's played for Australia, mate. I think she knows. And you were wrong. What you were telling her to do is actually against the rules.
You're saying bump them pretty much.
Saying stick your hands out to stop them from running past. Yeah, not allowed. Okay, let's test your buzzers because you'll be using your names as your buzzers for this contest. Andrea? Janine? They're working, guys.
All right, rolling dice time.
We have rolled up number 2.
What is the name of Beyonce's and Jay-Z's eldest daughter?
Andrea?
Blue Ivy?
Yes, Andrea's on the board.
Right.
Okay. And we have rolled up number 2. What is the name of Beyonce and Jay-Z's eldest daughter?
Janine?
Yes, Janine.
Blue Ivy?
Yes. What is happening there?
I don't know. Why did that take so long?
Remember, if the same number comes up, it's the same question. It's a gimme. We said this.
Yeah,
It's
Rossi
1-1.
said this.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
we rolled up number 1.
Okay. Which girl group sang Don't Ya and featured Nicole Scherzinger?
Janine?
Pussycat Dolls.
Yes, Janine leads 2-1. We rolled up number 3. Which Disney film features a red-headed princess named Merida? Merida?
Oh.
My daughter's going to kill me.
The answer was Brave. Okay, we've rolled up number 5.
Okay, number 5. Which popular green drink is made from powdered Japanese tea? Powdered Japanese tea.
Andrea?
Matcha?
Yes, it's 2-2. We've got a match.
Good power
Match
tea.
a match. Okay, we've rolled up number 4. Which celebrity is known for her Skims clothing brand? Andrea.
Kim Kardashian?
Is correct. Andrea leads 3-2. If Andrea gets one more, she wins. We've
We've rolled up number 3. Which Disney film features a redhead prince?
Andrea for the win.
Brave.
Oh, she's done it. She's done it. Well done.
Great match.
Well played.
Thank you.
Janine, Sean will be seeing you down at Gibson Park. But Andrea, you're going to be joining me on Friday night. We've got 2 box tickets to see the Fever take on the Adelaide Thunderbirds. In my box, I'll see you there.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Super match.
Beautiful
Well done.
work. That's how it's done, everybody. And you know what? We're going to do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're done too.
Sorry, to go back to that Disney princess, Merida. I said it right the first time. Okay, yeah, because that's how the Spanish say things. It's a city in Spain.
Merida.
Sorry, city in Mexico, which I've been to.
You have
but I'm like, is it
Corona there? A cerveza?
Una cerveza, por favor. Yes, I did. Truso, hello.
Morning, guys. Got a laugh there. I've never heard a dice be referred to as a giant box, right?
They're relating it to Nat's
It is
box.
what it is.
I like
you know?
it. I'd never thought of it that way. It is, I guess.
Link, just like
I just read the sheet.
Yeah, closed cube with the numbers on the outside. I love that, guys.
Wrong.
I hope you had a nice weekend into our Monday morning. I made a big mistake over the weekend. I signed up to City to Surf.
That's
on ya.
great.
No, that's a great thing.
Fantastic.
How is this a mistake?
The 12K, though.
Yes.
Because now you got to do it, right?
Yep, now I got to do it. Training
you can do it,
starts.
Truso. You're an athlete.
Hope so. We got less than 2 months until the actual races. 31st of August. Oh, no, sorry. Looking at it now. We are on the 31st of August, but the pricing, the throwback pricing, ends midnight tonight. So if you want to join me...
If you want to get it cheap, today's the day.
And commit as well and make a horrible mistake like I did.
It's not a horrible
it's a
mistake.
great
You're doing
one.
a great thing.
And Sam, here's the other thing. A lot of people go, I'd like to do the City of the Surf, I've got to start training. You've actually got to sign up and do what you did. So it's locked
Commit.
in and then you begin your training.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm dreading it. And apparently the before the first run, that's always the hardest bit. So that's me right
That's
now.
all the hardest bit. But it's a good thing you're doing, Sam.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join me, 14 or so hours you've got to sign up at these throwback prices. So
Thanks for
get
the
on.
heads up.
And that's how long it's going to take him to run it. So
Probably so on the day too.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.